I wasn't a fan. He was naive. He was just the most irritating character. Hi there! Welcome to my channel, Reviews with Jules. Today I am going to be reviewing Amazon Prime's Hunters. Let's talk about it. Hunters is a drama and it is made up of 10 episodes of around an hour long. However, episode 1 is 90 minutes long, so basically a film, and it's available on Amazon Prime. Hunters, summed up in one sentence, is Nazis living in America and Jews trying to kill them. But more specifically, it is about Jonah, and his grandmother dies in episode 1. Spoiler, oops. Dropped it. And he actually meets Maya at her funeral, and he introduces Jonah to the world of the Nazi hunters. And so he joins this group, a Jewish group that are hunting Nazis living in America. Additionally, on the other side of it, on the Nazi side, they are trying to create the Fourth Reich and are getting up to all sorts of mischief, bombs and stuff. It's really mischief, it's a bit more like terrorism. Additionally, there are flashbacks to the concentration camps to give us a better understanding during the World War. I won't ruin or spoil what happens at the end, but all I will say is there are some far-fetched moments, but the twist at the end was basically what I was waiting for, and it did deliver, and that is what I thought was exceptional about the series, because I genuinely didn't see it coming. I'm really excited to see what they do with series 2, considering how series 1 ended, and if you've watched it you'll know what I mean. The other thing that I did really enjoy about the series was the interludes, and I know this is quite controversial because a lot of reviews that I have seen and read have said that they really didn't like these bits because it really took them out. But I actually think that because the concept was so heavy and such a hard-hitting concept by itself, I actually think these interludes were a moment to breathe, were a moment to sort of be able to laugh at these situations, and it was just really absurd and it kind of took the piss out of itself. And I particularly really liked that aspect, but I know some people didn't, and I'd love to hear if you like that aspect on the comments below. Let's talk about Jonah's character. I wasn't a fan. Like, he was irrational, he was irritating, he was rude, he was naive, he was just the most irritating character. I know it was basically surrounding him and sort of using him as the sort of narrative force to how he met, you know, the Nazi hunter group and all that sort of stuff. But would it have been stronger if he wasn't in it? I actually think it would have been. I think Al Pacino was such a strong character, and I think the Nazi hunter group and them not like hunting Nazis was such an interesting concept in itself. I really felt like Jonah's character really let it down. Lonnie Flash was my favourite character by far. He was so funny, he was so charismatic, he definitely had the best lines in the whole series. Absolutely loved him, especially the moments where he was in those interludes. He was just absolutely hilarious. Harriet, on the other hand, I know some people from what I've seen love her, hated her. I thought she was so annoying. Her accent, being British myself, I was literally listening to it going, I can't stand it. It's not British. It's not British. You're not British. Get off the screen. I literally was so angry. I really hate when other people try to do British accents on American TV shows and they can't. Like, it's just terrible. Just don't do it. You don't need it. Or get British actress. There you go. Problem solved. And she had some of the best lines in the whole series, but they just fell flat because I just really didn't like her character, and the way she delivered them was just resting bitch face 100% of the time. But there was something quite interesting about her story arc specifically, because we started to get to know a little bit more about her, and I genuinely still, even though I've finished the series, don't know if she's a Nazi, don't know if she's a Jew. Like, I don't know what she is, who she is, what her background is. She just confuses me altogether. An interesting, twisted tale taking on the World War and the battle between Jews and Nazis, and that is why I gave Hunters 4 Jules. I would love to hear what you thought of the series below, because in the review I mentioned quite a few controversial topics that I quite like that I know other people didn't. So I'd love to hear your opinion of those in the comments. And next week I will be reviewing Netflix's White Lines. And it's such an interesting series, so you don't want to miss out on that one. So make sure that you hit that alarm bell. And in the meantime, you can check out these reviews right over here. See ya!